Shane McElrath. Last year, this went really well for you. Rocking the #1 plate this year. That must give you confidence heading into this season.
Yeah, it definitely does. Last year it was a quick throw into the series, and nobody really knew how it was going to go, but we all just had to go with it. So this year, getting to run in the #1, it's a good new challenge for me. I'm excited for what that entails, and I'm ready to race. Like last year was a blast racing against these guys, and just the format, the adventure of the unknown, and I'm ready for more of that this year.
Yeah, and obviously only 2 rounds last year, but you know the format and things. Now you know how it goes, but is it still hard to prepare for that because it's so different to what you're used to? And do you enjoy that side of it? Obviously, you won last year, and the results are going well.
Yeah.
You're probably going to say yes, but
yeah. So it does. I think Kenny mentioned it earlier, like where we're at in the U.S., like in Florida, it's been raining a lot lately, so we've only been riding outdoors. And I got some time on the bike before or right after the U.S. Supercross ended, which was good.
250,
yeah. And so it's kind of you just go with the flow a little bit. And I mean, when a lot of the good guys in the States live along the East Coast, so we're kind of all in the same boat a little bit, and we're just obviously not getting through this round, but it's like we have a break to continue to prepare, and maybe we didn't get some things worked out before this race because everybody else raced U.S. Supercross. So, we're here to get our feet wet and here to learn, and the plan is to win. Obviously, a lot goes into that, but we're excited.
Yeah, and I feel like the SX2 class, there's probably a lot of guys that could win if you give them a good start with the format of racing. So I guess from your point of view is try and get consistent good starts and position yourself well in the first lap because they're very short.
Exactly, yeah. And the first round last year, we seen that a lot, is like my scores weren't that good, but they were consistent. And that's where I really got some help on getting that win, but with so many points up for grabs, it's like, dude, it could swing anyway. And even going into the last round last year, it's like there's the race win on the table and there was a championship win on the table, and it's like how do you play both? But it's like the team's trying to figure out points and event points and championship points, and so it's a different style, and we also don't have much time in between each race. So you got to stay there mentally, and it's like each race is a fresh race, and it's focus on that one race.
And obviously with the French round being postponed, there's such a big gap. I'd say we've probably never had a championship like this before with a 3-month gap. How would you prepare for that? Probably unknown territory. Will you do any races in between? I know a few guys done the French Supercross last week. Would that be something you do, or just go back home?
No, I'll definitely be going back home. That's kind of something that we're trying to figure out. And with the French WSX round getting moved, it's like that kind of opened the gap even further. So it's like, okay, well, we definitely need to try to figure something out for that. Just because we don't want to not race, because this sport you got to stay prepared and stay on top of your game. So we're actively trying to figure that out.
And just on the 450 to the 250, I mean, I wouldn't say you're a bad 450 rider. You're still pretty good and still knocking on the door for some good results. But AMA Supercross class is stacked when it comes to 450s. Maybe some people don't see that. But also at the same time, I think when you jump on the 250, you enjoy it a lot as well.
I do, mainly because I know the bike well, and I've had time on the bike. Whereas the 450, it's like I've raced 4 or 5 different 450s since I moved to the 450 class, and that's only been 3 years. So I'm disappointed because I really want time on one bike to learn the bike. Like, I love riding the 450, and I'm good at riding the 450. I just haven't had the time to develop and race the 450, and that's where my results haven't shown what I'm capable of, and that's where it's like I want to continue to grow as a racer. And even in the 250 class, like, I'm learning, but I'm also learning to try to transfer that to the 450 class, because that's the ultimate goal.
And just on WSX, in terms of your future, do you think now racing it alongside AMA Supercross, longevity, you might have more of a career? Because obviously motocross is quite the grind and it's tough physically. Do you think this good for the sport.
Yep.
Maybe see yourself racing longer than maybe what you thought.
Yeah, 100%. And this WSX is a good opportunity for a lot of guys. And for myself, it's like this is where we're at right now. That could change depending on what comes up, but it's like we're here. This is our job. We're here to do it. And it is encouraging because it's like, dude, we can do this long time. And I know myself and a lot of other racers have been in season. It's like, dude, I just don't know how much longer I can go. It's like I'm over it. I'm tired. Mentally, I'm not there, and that's not a good place to be. So here it's encouraging because it's like, dude, this is what pays the bills.
And I think last year before Cardiff, I don't think you'd raced outside America. Got to race Cardiff. You're in a different country this weekend in England. It was Wales last year. And then obviously you're going to be going to Abu Dhabi, all over the globe. That must be pretty exciting for you, for someone that before last year hadn't left America.
Yeah, it's really exciting just to, kind of like I mentioned earlier, just the unknown. It's like, okay, we don't know what it's going to be like, but we're ready to get there and figure it out. I mean, even here, it's like we went to Cardiff last year. This year we're in Birmingham, and it's like people are different, food's different, and it's like, okay, driving is still the same. We got thrown into the driving last year, but it's like I feel like I'm good now, even though everybody's reckless. You just got to be reckless with them. So we're learning along the way, and that's the really fun part about it.